several feet, and you can see Trinidad 34 inches of snow, but there was a report around Trinidad of up to 44 inches of snow. So just pretty wild out there right now, but that snow is obviously going to be on the ground for a little bit longer. But here in Oklahoma City, it's going to take some time before we have snow, a part of our forecast. This is our downtown camera up of our Lucky Star Sky Cam network. We got mostly clear skies right now, and it's not terribly cold. We're at 54 degrees. The wind, it's light. It's coming in out of the southeast. We're at 54 degrees in Watauga, 58 in Weatherford, 57 in Guthrie, 58 in Shawnee, 58 degrees in Tecumseh. We do have some upper 40s showing up in the far eastern half of the state, but we're already down into the upper 20s out there west of Boise City. We've got a light wind pretty much all across the state, but we're still seeing some wind gusts between about 10 to 15 in far western Oklahoma. Everyone's going to see more of a south wind once we get into tomorrow, and it's going to be picking up a little bit more out ahead of our next storm system. That storm system on the west coast right now, and this cold front will be making its way into the rest of the state once we get into, I think, late tomorrow evening and into tomorrow night. So today was obviously nice and dry. I think tomorrow is going to be nice and dry for the most part. During the afternoon, we're going to see some sunshine, some high clouds moving in during the day. I think later in the afternoon and evening, there will at least be a slight chance of rain and storms in western Oklahoma, but the rest of us, including the metro, will see a higher chance of rain and storms well after midnight, and probably it looks like it's trying to hold off until the morning commute. So sometime between about 5, 7 o'clock on Wednesday morning. After that, later in the weekend into the weekend, it's looking dry again. Temperatures back into the 60s. By early next week, we're watching the next rainmaker. That should move in sometime on Monday into Monday night. Rain and storms likely with that. And then another storm system coming in about midweek. Here's the thing. This particular model is showing that it turns much colder. In fact, by Wednesday into Thursday, temperatures don't get out of the 40s for highs. But not all of the data says that. Some other data that I'm looking at actually keeps us into the 60s. So we'll see what happens. We'll fine tune it as we get a little bit closer, but some data is bringing in some much colder air here eventually. Tonight, though, again, nice and quiet. What we're seeing right now, this is going to be late tomorrow evening, 11:30 tomorrow evening. Now we've got those rain and storms popping up in far western Oklahoma. There is going to be a low threat that some of those do become strong to severe, but I think by late tomorrow night into early Wednesday morning, this severe threat goes away, but showers and storms do make their way across I-35, and then in the afternoon, everything moves off to the far east, and we should actually work in some sunshine later in the day. Tonight, though, a little chilly, not terribly cold. We're dropping down into the mid and upper 40s, 50 though and more, 47 in Piedmont, 48 degrees in the Village, looking at mid 40s in Ponca City, the low 40s in Alva, and 45 tomorrow morning in Lawton. Tomorrow afternoon, we're back in the upper 60s, a little breezy. That wind's being out of the southeast, 69 in Wellston, 68 at Tinker Air Force Base, and 69 degrees in Kingfisher. We've got the mid and upper 60s in the northwest, and about 70 tomorrow afternoon in Lawton. Tomorrow afternoon and evening, there's your slight chance of rain and storms in far western Oklahoma. I think initially tomorrow evening, there will be a low threat that once these storms do get going, they could produce up to quarter-size hail and wind gusts of 60 miles an hour. But again, tomorrow night, that severe threat goes away as the rain and storms make their way east across the state. The farther south and east you go, chances don't look all that great for rain. Wednesday afternoon, the cold front will then be off to the east and temperatures will be a little bit cooler. Low 60s along with a gusty northwest wind, so upper 50s in Woodward for highs. But by Thursday morning, now areas of frost across the north and west with a freeze likely in the panhandle. Thursday afternoon, the wind shifts back to the south, roaring back up into the mid and upper 60s, and the weekend looks fantastic. We're talking about mid 60s all the way through Saturday.